Wait, do you do Tim Robbins too?
No,
Oh,
that guy. Why is that on there? I did his birthday. Oh my God. I
What do you mean?
bombed harder than I've ever bombed in my life at Tony Robbins' birthday party.
He
It
had-
was, huh?
He had like comics perform, or
He, for some reason, wanted me to perform at his birthday party, which I didn't. I was a big Tony Robbins fan. Yeah, I read like a couple of his books when I was younger, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that. But I knew deep down, my subconscious did some calculating. I knew in my gut, like, wait, this is bad. But I was trying to like hype myself, like this is because he's paying like more money than I normally get. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say exactly how much, but it was like
it's private. The private events all the time.
it was like $25,000. I don't want to say.
You don't want to say it, but it was like
$25,000.
Yeah.
And his handlers did a Zoom call beforehand. Like, this is what Tony wants. You're gonna be on a big screen, and you're gonna be Joe Biden. He's gonna introduce you. He's gonna say, "We get the president here," and then you'll come up. And I was like, like they might think it's actually gonna be Joe Biden. I'm a little worried that they're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, and they were just like, "This is what Tony wants." There was no like, "This is a cult. This is what Tony wants."
Yeah.
There's no discussion here. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went down there, and it was just people just jumping up, and it's like 11 at night. That guy Sumner's was on before me. Larry Sumner's, who like was the reason why I had that 2008 collapse. I don't know why they keep giving that guy money and power. He's
was
a total
speaking before you?
dirtbag. Yeah, real. But he was getting laughs, and I'm like, oh, this would be good. They're like, So he goes on in an hour and a half, and he talks like this.
He went for an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Now it's like midnight something. Yeah, this guy. I don't know
What is
why
he-
they keep
and this is
giving
at a
this guy
birthday
money.
party?
Yeah, his birthday party. It was a weekend of his like, but VIP people.
Oh, okay.
It was like 300 people in this. He's got this amazing studio, and then there's just all these screens of people zooming in from all over the world.
Oh my God.
And it's late now, and they've been up since 5 o'clock, like shark hunting. You know, these retreats that they do. They get them up early, and they make them do these insane things to show, like, I can do it. Yeah, see that?
Yeah.
So beforehand, he comes up to me, giant. His hand is like a giant catcher's mitt, and he's like, "Give him hell, you little piece of shit."
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, thanks,
Oh,
Tony."
that's a cool headline. It says Tony Robbins filmed using N-word.
Wait, can we click that real
Repeatedly.
quick?
Sorry.
Is there a video of this?
That'd be awesome. Oh, in the 80s. I mean, I would love to go to this seminar.
Oh yeah.
Take control of your emotions. Be who you are. You want to say it? Say it.
He's like this.
Oh my God, that's.
So, and it was like, we're looking.
Oh,
we're
there it
looking.
is. Oh,
Oh, he looks young.
Hold on. As long as somebody can do that, as long as somebody's called you, get that kind of response I see in you right now, when you're ready to explode, then what you've done is given that person absolute control of you. Cool. You have no control in your life. You are still a slave. I said, you are. Well, you're being enslaved by you and nothing else. And I said, I'd like to have you be free, because I'm free and I'm white. So why don't you pretend that we're going to get you free right now? And I suggest here's the way to do it. Everyone stand up. And only a few people are. I said, stand up. Come on, try something with me. Trust me just for a moment. Pretend I'm black.
Once you know,
I get him to stand up, right? Now that I'll stand up, I said, now you guys just do what I do just for a minute if you really want to be free and if you want to have some fun. So let's try this. I stood up and I said, okay, follow me. Do what I say what I say, move the way I move. I'm in your...
wow.
Then I turned and I said, okay, when I'm done, repeat after me. I'm a honky, you're a honky. And I said, I'm a honky, you're a honky. We did this whole thing. They're painting each other going. There's one guy who was like the most militants walking up to this other white guy in the audience. He's going, hey, honky, how you doing? He goes, hey, how are you? And like giving each other hugs.
getting some good laughs.
He's doing great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his Netflix special.
That was a good bit. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I needed to see that.
That was pretty cool.
We all needed to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then there was like all these dancing people jump on stage after Larry Sumner's like, let's get our energy. And there's a big screen in front of me. And I'm, like starting to get really nervous because I deep down know, like this is not the right environment.
Yeah.
Because they're all about positivity and, and I'm doing this sort of, stand-up is kind of sarcastic.
And you're doing it You're just gonna come out. Your plan is I'm Biden.
They have a big screen in front of me, like 30 feet tall, and I'm going to be projecting on that. I'm behind it in a desk, and then I'm going to introduce Kyle Dunnigan to round off the show with some stand-up comedy. Yeah. And I have a wig, Tom, on the desk here of Caitlyn Jenner because he wanted me to sing happy birthday to him as Caitlyn Jenner. So he starts going, are you guys ready for the surprise of your life? You know? And I'm like, no. And then he goes, oh, wait. And then he plays a video of him meeting every president since, Carter. So it's like they're primed and they're already like murmuring, no way. And then he goes, have I ever disappointed you? And they're like, no, mein Führer, or whatever. Yeah. And he goes, zooming in from the White House. And the whole place is like, rah. I mean, they just had Larry Sumner's right there. It's not weird that the president zoomed. So he goes, the president, Joe Biden. Everyone's like, ah. And then my head comes up with my bad wig, and I pop up on the screen, and the whole audience goes, oh. Like all together.
Yeah.
Like that. And I was like, hey, it's Tony Baloney's birthday. It's dead silence. And in my head, I'm like, this was like my strongest stuff. It's getting dead silence. What's the rest going to be? So then I was like, now Kyle Dunnigan. And I come out and I'm just trying. I had a plan, but like the first thing that didn't work. So I'm like, let me jump to the piano. Like I have like a piano song. That didn't work. I'm jumping all around. I don't know where I'm in my set.
Oh, fuck.
And then I like said a joke that I knew I shouldn't have said, like right when I started. But I had to do the time because it was that money, This was the joke that ended everything. And people started walking like out to like go to the bathroom and stuff. I go, I did a girl who was too young. She was 19 years younger than me. Don't judge. I was in college. That's when you experiment. And then a woman goes, that's a child.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah. Anyway, and then I had to explain that I didn't really do that. And then afterwards, I was like wrapping up my shit, trying to get out of there. And I hear him go, did you have a day you'll never forget? And everyone's like, yeah. And he goes, this is a night I'd like to forget. Like talking about, have you ever heard Tony Robbins say anything negative in his life?
Did he talk to you after the thing?
No, I never saw him again.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call two bears, one cave.